We got a lot of things to cover. I mean, we have to talk about The Martian,
Yes.
about your amazing role. But I need you to agree to something for this interview.
What's that?
That you're not going to talk any smack about the Seahawks.
I won't.
Okay,
I will.
good.
I will run away from that topic. I will just run, like,
Really, Matt?
just running away.
You're going to...
I'll totally pass on that.
Man, that just happened.
It
I even
was-
brought you, well, I brought you a couple things. One, I don't know if you've heard, they are changing the poster of the movie. Okay?
That's good.
So that's just a minor
Okay,
detail. It just,
fantastic.
it's nice of you to share your time. But I did bring you a gift from Seattle.
Oh, really?
To drink your coffee, your espresso
Fantastic.
in from Victrola Coffee. So
Thank you.
I'll let the other stuff slide.
All right, well, I appreciate
It's almost
that.
like the air already went out of it. So.
It was.
Congratulations.
Allegedly. Yeah.
Congratulations on this movie. I mean,
Thanks.
it is spectacular.
Thank you.
When you first met with Ridley and you started talking about this, did you have any idea it was going to look like this?
Well, I mean, he's just amazing. So that was why I did it. It was a chance to work with him, and the first time I went in to meet him, he just goes, "The script is great." And I go, "Yeah," and he goes, "I mean, it's bleeping great." And I go, "Yeah. Why aren't we making this?" And I was like, "I guess we are." And that was kind of the extent of the meeting. So he just has this great infectious energy, and he really just got his teeth into this one and really knew the way he wanted to tell it. So.
And so much of your role, I mean, you do get to interact with the crew at the beginning, but you are left on Mars by yourself. And there you are by yourself having to act with yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I had Ridley next to me, so that was kind of mitigated the risk, I think. I wouldn't have done this with a lot of other directors, but with like a master director, Tom Hanks, was with Bob Zemeckis on Castaway, and that was fabulous, and that performance was great. And James Franco did it in 127 hours with Danny Boyle, and Emile Hirsch did it with Sean Penn in Into the Wild. So there's.
But none of them did it on Mars.
None of them did it on Mars. That's totally true. But the one thing those have in common are, really wonderful directors, and that's what we had too.
The range of emotions that you have to go through as your character, you're going through this total shock to survival to a point where you're pretty horrified. How do you grasp that and put that, especially inside of a bubble?
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting because when Ridley and I talked about Robinson Crusoe a lot, but we realized that there's this other aspect to it. It's like this kind of weird meta 21st century Robinson Crusoe, because he's got these cameras on him at all time, and he's behaving under the assumption that people are going to see this someday, and they're going to, he's trying to kind of further the mission of understanding, but every minute he's there is a minute longer than anyone's ever spent on Mars, and so he's kind of helping, that kind of keeps him sane, I think, through the course of the movie, because he's very methodical he's very scientific about how he kind of goes about his day. He kind of dots his I's and crosses his T's.
Yeah.
And, that, I think, keeps him from freaking out.
I can't wait to see it again.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and go Hawks.
Good
Hawks.
Good luck.
Russell wanted me to tell you that.
I hope you make it all the way to the Super Bowl again.
I hope you do too.
Yes, and I hope Martian sits on the bench. See you, man.
Yeah.